good afternoon, and today is Monday, May 1st. I'm a little off kilter, aren't I? Today is Monday, May 1st. Rabbit, rabbit. You say that at the beginning of the month for good luck, because I'm going to need some good luck. But today is our weekly meeting highlights. I'm a little late getting up today. I had an appointment this morning that I had to go to, so it kind of threw my day off a little bit. But I thought better late than never. So the theme for the month of May is the things we say to ourselves. Oh, if you followed my channel for all of these years, I talk poorly to myself sometimes, a lot of times. And I always tell you not to do it, but I do it to myself. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. I haven't weighed myself for 2 weeks. I did weigh myself this morning. Got the expected results that I totally expected. So let me share them with you now. I gained 2.2. Now, I know that was in 2 weeks, but it's still, I'm inching my way back up to the next set of numbers, and I was trying to work my way to the bottom set of numbers, not to the higher set of numbers, to the lower set of numbers. So I think that Weight Watchers came up with the perfect theme for me this month. The theme this month is not to blame myself. It's kind of hard not to do that when I made all the poor choices that I made in the last couple weeks. But it's in the past. I got on the scale. I faced it. Didn't like seeing the number, but it is what it is. And so I have to accept the fact that that I gained 2.2 pounds and move on from there. The theme for this month is, I told you the things we say to ourselves, but the theme for this week is how to deal with setbacks without blaming yourself. I definitely need that this week. I do blame myself for the choices that I made, but I just, I talked about this in another video a couple days ago, that I'm just tired. I'm not physically tired. I'm just emotionally tired. I'm just emotionally tired of trying to lose weight. And I have to get back to my eating healthy. When I eat healthy, it's not difficult for me to lose weight, and it's not difficult to stay on the plan. But, you know, like I get that little bit of sugar in my system, and it just throws off my mentality. And once again, I'm blaming myself. So let's get off that nut because I'm going to try to change things up. I'm toying with the idea, since I did so well in Lent, not weighing myself for 7 weeks, is not to weigh myself for a month. The other thing which I'm thinking of doing is just not sharing my weight with you every week. I follow a lot of channels. And not every channel tells you how much they've lost or gained in a week. They just tell you, you know, what they've eaten and how they're prepping. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I am totally fine with that. And I think that they know what they're doing. And I think that they don't put as much pressure on themselves by accepting the fact that it's up to you. You lose the weight for yourself, not for other people. And I'm not saying that because YouTube has kept me accountable. I would have never lost, and I can tell you never, I would have never lost as much weight as I've lost, because I gained 2.2, but I still have a 57.2 loss. So I still have remained diligent in keeping 57 pounds off of my body. Try to lift 57 pounds. I have a hard enough time lifting a 20-pound bag of potatoes or lifting a heavy watermelon into my grocery cart. So, I mean, I realized that I've accomplished a lot by keeping the 57 pounds off. I definitely want to lose more and keep more off. And so I'm really taking the month of May to just reevaluate my journey. On June 1st, I'm leaving for a vacation. I'm going to go to South Dakota. We're going to, South Dakota. We're going to Mount Rushmore for a week. And so my mindset is just to get myself healthy enough to enjoy myself for that week. I'm not going to lose like a ton of weight before I go, but get into the right mindset that while I'm out, I can make smarter choices and not blame myself when I do kind of have something that's a little bit off plan. I have to get past that thought and get back to the mentality of stop blaming yourself. You've reached an age where you're just tired. A lot of people ask me why you're still worried about losing 100 pounds. I think because it's a personal goal that I set for myself when I was in my 20s, which was way back in the 1970s. Doesn't that sound like another century ago? Well, it was another century ago, but another lifetime ago. It just seems like impossible to say that I was, I grew up in the 50s. So, I mean, that's even, it's even more so. But I just think that It's just a personal goal that I've always had little goals that I wanted to overcome in my life. And I've overcome just about every challenge that I've set my mind to, with the exception being losing my 100 pounds. So until I accomplish that, I'm going to consider myself lacking. Not a failure, just kind of lacking. And I'm not blaming myself. I'm just saying that I have a personal need to lose 100 pounds. And so I have to get my mentality back as far as just eating healthy and not blaming myself. Okay, enough of Sandy's soapbox. 5 minutes in and we're already not even talking about the subject. Well, in a way we are. But anyway, today is how to deal with a setback without blaming yourself. I have no self-control. How many times have we said that? Ever think this after accidentally finding yourself out of points at the bottom of a chip bag? Well, hear this. It's not all on you. Let's review the tape to see what really happened so you can flip the script. I get like a urge that I want something. And rather than in the past, what I would do is like, I think, oh, geez, I really want to go make some buttered popcorn. I think I'm going to go make some buttered popcorn. And then I'd get up and go make it. Now, this is what I do now. In the past, I would think, do you really need buttered popcorn? Let's just give ourselves, like I have anxiety attacks, I have panic attacks, I have 2 or 3 of them a month. I don't know what it is with my body, but I do have them, but I've learned how to overcome them. Yet another thing I've learned to overcome in my life. And one of the things that I do is I judge it on a scale of 1 to 10, how severe that particular attack is. And then I give myself, like if I say it's an 8, I give myself 8 minutes just to kind of calm myself down, focus on something, focus on my breathing, say a couple prayers, meditate on something. And then after the 8 minutes, I've calmed myself down enough that it's passed. What I've done in the past when I wanted buttered popcorn, I would do that. I would think, how bad do I want it? On a scale of 1 to 100, because I need to like go really extreme on it. And like if I say 15, then I'm going to give myself 15 minutes. And then in that 15 minutes, I want to think, do you really want buttered popcorn? Isn't there something that you could eat instead that might quench that, thought? And then a lot of times I'll just think, you know what, you don't need the butter on the popcorn, just have the popcorn. So pop the popcorn, make extra popcorn so that when the next time you have a little bit of a snack attack, you've got the popcorn already made and you're not going to be tempted to, well, I would be tempted to melt some butter, but not so because the popcorn is already ready. So anyway, that's my thought. These are some things that they say to try. Be a detective. Look for things that contributed to your challenge. Were you tired, stressed, or distracted? Did anyone or anything else influence you? And maybe you didn't plan ahead and just felt extra hungry. I make my poorest choices when I'm tired or when I'm stressed. I am a stress eater. I envy people that when they're under stress don't eat. I wish that was me. I just think that a good donut's going to relieve my stress. And while I'm eating the donut, I do feel a little bit better. But then I have so much guilt afterwards that it doesn't really make up for the little bit of pleasure that I had eating the donut. How many times all of us have watched TV and you just see something and it just, oh, Cheetos. They're eating like Cheetos. And I'm thinking, oh, I wish I had some Cheetos. And 9 times out of 10, I don't get in the car and go and buy a bag of Cheetos. But sometimes I get in the car and I go and buy a bag of Cheetos. Or I have that memory in my mind and I'm thinking the next time I grocery shop, let's buy some Cheetos and leave them in the pantry just in case you ever get that urge again. Which I do that more times than not. So I have to get out of that. I try to, when I go to a restaurant, I try to eat healthy. I'm never going to order off the healthy menu. And I know they say never say never. I can tell you 9 times out of 10, or 99.9 times, I'm going to tell you that I'm not going to choose from the healthy menu. I'm paying good money. I'm paying a lot of money. I'm going to get something that I don't make at home that I really enjoy. That doesn't mean I have to eat it all that time. I can split it in half and eat half today and half tomorrow. Now, granted, the portion sizes are really getting smaller as the prices are going up. I understand that. But they still give you a lot for your money. They don't really give you a lot for your money. That was a silly statement, Sandy. They really don't give you a lot for your money. But they do give you a little bit more than you need. I should put it that way. Their portion sizes are a little bit bigger than they need to be. If we were in Europe and we saw what a really true portion size was, we would probably say, I'm never coming back to this restaurant. That little puny little food they gave me. But then, you know what? Look at most Europeans, not all Europeans, but most Europeans live a healthier lifestyle than Americans do. And that's just a fact of life, my friends. That's just a fact of life. And it's because we don't exercise as much. We depend on our vehicles more so than they do. They have better public transportation. I know there's some cities that have great public transportation. My city is not one of those. but they have to walk to get to the train, or walk to get to the bus. So they are getting some exercise in. A lot of them ride their bicycles and stuff. So we just have to think of our lifestyle. Another thing we can do is press the rewind. Imagine you're watching a movie of the days leading up to your setback. What were you doing and what was going on and how did you feel? Who else was around and was anything different or unusual? Like I said, my biggest faux pas are just when I get bored. It's just when I get bored. I really am not a watching TV and a snacker. That's just not me. Until the commercial comes on for something that I really enjoy and I think I'm going to really like, and then I'm going to think, I think I'm going to have that. But other than that, no. How many times we've had fights with our friends or our spouses and stuff, and we just turn to food to just make ourselves feel better. And that's just a fact of life. It just is. And it's a fact of life that we can face and then decide whether or not we want that to be the end result of the fight or the disagreement or whatever it was. Edit your story. Consider the moments that you could have changed to change the outcome. What if you had low point snacks handy? Would planning a more filling meal have helped? And could you have stashed a high points food out of sight? I have low point snacks, but I find that if I snack, because I really don't consider myself a snacker, I have a problem with portion sizes because my meals are definitely too large. I should try eating smaller meals and snacking, but then I feel like I'm eating all day long, and that kind of defeats the purpose. But then I think I could give my body metabolism a better chance of like breaking down the foods that I'm eating if I didn't eat so much at one sitting. I struggle with this on a daily basis. I really do. And a lot of times my higher point meal is my dinner because I eat lighter in the morning. I don't eat as many points earlier in the day. But then I feel guilty that I had such a heavy pointed dinner, even though most times I'm still within my points. And I eat like at 6:30, 7 o'clock. I don't go to bed till 2 or 2:30 in the morning. So my body has given itself enough time to metabolize and kind of digest some of the food. It's not like I'm eating a huge meal like 8 o'clock at night and then going to bed at 9 or 10 or 11. I give my body at least 6 or 7 hours to digest the food. So I think that I am giving my body enough time to digest it, but who's to know? And then the last thing they tell you is watch version 2.0. See how things could have been different if you decided how you handled your future situation beforehand. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's like such an easy thing to say. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I just should have done better, could have done better, would have done better if I would have. We all say that. We all know that. But we all wait until we get to the shoulda, coulda, would have moment. And I'm trying to get past the shoulda, coulda, would have. Dive a little deeper. No weight loss journey is perfect. Slip-ups and setbacks happen. Unfortunately, so does self-blame and its collateral damage. The common and untrue thought that you have no willpower can ding your confidence and make it harder to course correct. I have that thought lots of times, that I have no willpower. I know I have willpower, but I don't give myself enough credit for when I've exercised my willpower. And then the one time that I don't exercise that power, then I go crazy and forget about all the other times where I exercise good willpower. The truth is, so many factors influence what you do or don't do. Your thoughts, your feeling, your environment, or even other actions. Sometimes you're just on an autopilot and don't even recognize what you're doing. Setbacks aren't a failure of your self-control. Self-control fails you. It's unreliable. I eat a lot of times just on autopilot. I have the same breakfast every morning. I have berries, egg, banana, tea. I need to liven up my breakfast a little bit more. I know that. But like I said, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Rather than thinking about what or who's to blame, treat it as a learning opportunity. Replaying what happened, reflecting on everything that may have influenced you, and finding ways to handle it differently next time sets you up for your future success. Once again, we just have to set ourselves up and have the right foods around us, have the right attitude. Wake up in the morning and just say, today's a new day. I'm not even going to think about what I did yesterday. I'm just not going to think about it. I'm just going to continue on. Even if you had a good day the day before, don't even think about it. Because I find that if I've had a really super good day the day before, and then I wake up in the morning and think, oh my gosh, I had such a good day yesterday. I'm going to do it again today. I'm kind of setting myself up for failure right from the get-go before I've even got out of bed, because yesterday's gone. That's a Chad and Jeremy song. Is it Chad and Jeremy? I think it is. Anyway, yesterday's gone. You can't replace it. It's done. It's in the past. It's in the books. It's gone. So just wake up with an attitude today is like, today's the day. Today I'm going to do really well. I'm not going to stress about anything, and I'm just going to make smart food choices. And don't even think about yesterday. Just really don't. Even if it was a miserable day and you did everything wrong, that's even more so don't think about it. But more so don't think about it if you had a really great day, because I think you set yourself up for failure trying to match a perfect day. And let's face it, there's no perfect days. There really isn't. I know people, Sandy or Debbie Downer saying that, but I just really, we can have a day that's like perfect, but it's not like the perfect day. I don't know what would be the perfect day. My perfect day will be the day I'm in heaven. It's just like, that'll be my perfect day. And then that will live up to all my expectations my whole life. So that's what I strive for, is just to live a good life. And my family loves me no matter what my size. They obviously would like me to be healthy and lose weight and all that good stuff. But they love me for who I am, not how I look. Because I'm not a bathing beauty. I know that. But I know that I have a good heart. And I think that if you have a good heart, that outshines any outer beauty. All your inner beauty is so much more perfect than your outer beauty. You could be the most beautiful person in the world and have a dark soul. And I just think that I don't look at people for their looks. I look at them for their soul. I really do. 3 fast facts. Every setback has a backstory. That's true. And number 2, rewinding the tape helps us recognize a specific chain of events, thoughts, and feelings that lead to the setback. Now, I just told you not to do that. But I understand what they're saying. But if this is going to help you, by all means do it. It doesn't help me to replay what I did wrong. It really doesn't. It just makes me feel more guilty that I did something wrong. My thought is, today's a new day. Today's a new month. I'm going to start again. And number 3, this helps reduce the self-blame and allows us to identify changes we can make in future similar situations. Now, I understand, like, somewhat you have to think of the past. It's like, like if you went crazy eating the Cheetos, like I said, then don't bring them into the house. If you have to get out and drive to go get them, then you must really want those Cheetos if you're going to go to that much effort. And then don't feel guilty because you put a little bit of effort into. It took you a minute to think about it. You had to get in your car. You had to drive to the store. You had to go walk to that aisle. You had to put the bag into the cart. You had to go to the thing and pay for it. So at that point, I think don't feel guilty. Just realize that this is just a one-time event. Must have needed it for some reason. And then just move on and just move on and just think that this is it. Don't buy the big family size bag. They have like the little snack size bags by the registers, at least at my Kroger's. Just buy the little snack size bag. 5 points. There you go. You've eaten 5 points of Cheetos and you don't feel guilty. Okay, that's going to do it. Like I said, I had a 2.2 gain. I'm still tossing around whether I'm going to share my weight from now on, or if I'm going to just wait the whole month. We'll know next week. But anyway, how did you guys do? Do you blame yourself? Do you look back and think that that's the way for you to stay on track? For me, it's not. But I'm wondering, does it help you? Because if it helps you, then do it. By all means, do it. But thinking about past mistakes does not help me. It really doesn't. But if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. I hope to see you on my daily vlog, but definitely I want to see you here next week. Talk to you soon.